So the joy of lifting the CONCACAF Gold Cup, or Copa Oro as the Spanish-speaking neighbours would say, this bliss is felt by very few football stalwarts in the Caribbean. The Gold Cup draw 2021, the 16th staging of the biennial international tournament, was slated to kick off this July 2021 through to August. The draw took place in September of last year in Miami, Florida, where the 4 groups with the 16 participating nations were announced. Now, moments ago, George Davis spoke with President of CONCACAF, Victor Montagliani, who will discuss the region's football, starting with the latest on the Gold Cup.
With the President of CONCACAF and FIFA Vice President Victor Montagliani on a day that is being dubbed as Big Announcement Day for CONCACAF. Victor, welcome again to the SportsMax Zone.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm in good spirits. I trust you and your team are well.
Yes, we're all well. We're obviously, I'm hoping everybody's well there. Your listeners, and specifically also in Jamaica, that everybody's healthy and safe, and as we wind our way through this situation.
Yeah, very difficult time for all concerned across all sectors. All right, big announcement about the Gold Cup and Prelims competition. Tell us about that, Victor.
Yeah, we obviously our Nations League was a not only a big success, but also was a pathway to our Gold Cup. We were planning to do qualification through home and away series. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic and also the calendars kind of tightening up, we decided to pivot and create a preliminary round of the Gold Cup so that the 12 teams that were remaining would come to the Gold Cup, get the Gold Cup experience, be part of the Gold Cup, and we would have 2 match days, single elimination, to get down to the 3 teams that would move on to the Gold Cup group stage. It's been a massive success already with our members who love it. I know fans are excited about it. They get to feel the experience of the Gold Cup as being part of it. And, today we announced that we'll be doing it right in our backyard of our home office in Miami at the Inter Miami facilities. And it's great that we partnered up with Inter Miami. And we look for a great experience in terms of putting on those games.
Yeah, you say that the announcement has been met with satisfaction by the countries involved. Insofar as the protocols that are attendant to this tournament, tell us about that. What arrangements will be put in place to accommodate so many national teams in that space at Inter Miami?
Yeah, we'll be working with the authorities, both federal and local authorities, in terms of, we also have to navigate the protocols that have been put in place, which I think will probably ease to some extent as the vaccinations go up in the U.S. But, we'll be working with our member association and the teams to make sure that there's a safe passage in. We're also working with the local authorities on there will be fans. How many fans? We don't know sitting here on April the 8th, but obviously there will be fans, and what that will look like in July, we won't know right now, but we'll probably be making an announcement on that closer to the time. But we've done this already now with our World Cup qualifiers, with our club competitions, so we're pretty experienced in terms of navigating through protocols and all the requirements that are that have been put in place because of COVID.
I know that round 1 will be played on July 2 and 3. So by what time will these teams have to have landed in the U.S.?
Well, that's going to also be the technical decision by them. They have to be there match day. I think the regulations say match day -3, I believe. But a lot of them are going to come before that, probably have a training camp of maybe a week to 10 days before, so they get acclimatized, and then they're ready to go. But that will be on their own dime, but we help them coordinate that. And then match day -2 or 3, they come to where they need to be as in terms of our regulations in the competition, and away they go and they play their first match.
Yeah, and for those who aren't familiar, Victor, with the setup at Inter Miami, is there enough space for all the teams to be encamped, training adequately, and then of course playing on tip-top surfaces?
Yeah, so that's something we took into account when we looked at which venue we were going to use, because like you said, there's 12 teams. That's a significant amount. So we know that we're going to have the right amount of accommodations and training facilities for these teams. and also the venue itself will be obviously more than adequate to host those 6 matches.
Under normal circumstances, national federations would have seen these these home and away games as revenue generators. COVID has eliminated an aspect of that. Of course, no fans, no bums on seats in stadiums, so there was nothing to collect there. But under the new way that you're going forward, is there a revenue benefit to the national federations who are participating, especially those smaller ones who depend on events like these to put some cash in the kitty, Victor?
Well, it's actually even better than that, because they would have had to actually have their own, they would have to pay for their own expenses to travel to and then fly all the players in.
Yes.
We're actually picking up the expenses for them to come in to the venue to play. So we're picking up those expenses for them to come in to and put them up and all this kind of stuff. Obviously not the training camp itself, that's their own technical decision. But when they come into the venue 3 days before or so, that you are part of the Gold Cup experience, and that's a cost that CONCACAF will pick up. So the reality is there that that more than offsets any revenue they may have generated for their local fixture.
Yeah, and of course, based on the plans that I'm now seeing in the statement issued by your office, the reception to the plans, I know you said that there was enthusiasm on the part of the competing teams and their representatives. Was it a unanimous decision that this is the way we should go in these times?
Yeah, absolutely. There was absolutely not only unanimous but overwhelming support for this decision and to move forward, because it's a reality of the calendar, the reality of the times. But I think they're also excited because, I think we got to think of the player too. I mean, the player is going to love walking out on a Gold Cup venue, a Gold Cup stadium, playing a Gold Cup fixture rather than playing perhaps even a home game. I think that's a fantastic experience for some of these players who probably never experienced that.
Absolutely so. Well, Victor, the time is short. We have to run. But it would be wonderful if you and your team can pull off getting fans in the stands at the Inter Miami facility to enrich the experience that you speak of, many players not likely to have enjoyed if things were normal, but created by the peculiar circumstances attendant to COVID-19. I want to wish you all the best and thank you for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so CONCACAF responding astutely to the exigencies of the COVID-19 issues, George, and good to see that they are making preparations to have the Gold Cup go on as a tournament that, so many CONCACAF teams look forward to.
Yeah, smart move to get all of the teams in one place. They can, the Inter Miami facility is vast. There are many training pitches, and the game pitches are also going to be in tip-top condition. And they have the added incentive of fans perhaps being allowed inside the stadium to watch the games. So very nice setup from CONCACAF, showing that, the difficult times don't mean that things have to grind to a halt. And it's excellent that the teams will have the chance to play in this relaxed environment. I'm suggesting that the chances of some teams would have been improved by this setup.
Yes.
Some teams playing at home and traveling, and the difficulties with traveling and accommodation, and they always make it difficult for the visiting team at the hotel and to get a good night's rest and all of those things. I think with that removed from the equation, we're likely to see a more level playing field, and it can only bode well for the football on the pitch. Yeah,
and this story coming on the top of the FIFA announcement today, George, that they're offering US $45 million in loan, interest-free, to over 200 FIFA countries as they try to battle COVID-19. It's a COVID-19 relief fund. I would have thought that FIFA wouldn't be lending money. They would be giving money to their affiliates, George.
Yeah, but it's look, with the people who lead football organizations, if FIFA gave money lands, they would be hell and bone house, believe me. So because it said it's a loan, then
interest-free.
Yeah, but certain things have to kick in, and a loan arrangement comes with certain conditions that have to be met, and reporting and all of that.
Yes.
If the money was given, trust me, there'd be some federation bosses rubbing their hands in glee, because it would be a bonanza. Okay. So there you go.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good, but we'll go to the break. Back with more after this.